Good morning, dear chairmen, ICS members, and the audience. I'd like to thank to the scientific committee for this opportunity. And my name is Ersin Zumrutbas, and I'm currently working as an assistant professor in Pamukkale University, Turkey. And I will present the results of our study about nocturia and nocturnal polyuria. As all we know, nocturia is the complaint that the individual has to wake at night one or more times to wake, as defined by the ICS. And also, as defined by the ICS, nocturnal polyuria is defined as the production of an abnormally large volume of urine during sleep. This abnormally large volume is defined by some ratios, which is 20% for the young and 33% for the elderly. However, as stated in this sentence, for middle age, the value is set in here. Stated in here is falling somewhere between these two extremes, and the main aim of our study was to find an answer to this question and change this statement with a more objective one. The data of our study came from our prevalence study, which is the largest one in our country until today, which included more than 1,500 people, and 55% of those filled in bladder diaries accurately and returned them back. We prepared questionnaires, including validated ICS definitions and ICIQ short form, and additionally, a one-day bladder diary, which makes our study unique, was given to each individual to fill in for a 24-hour period. And for analysis, the participants were divided into 5 age groups. And the prevalence of nocturia was calculated for the ICS definition, and also for 2 and 3 or more times to void. And also nocturnal polyuria was determined according to the ICS definitions, and we calculated the mean values and 95th percentiles, which is the universal statistical cutoff, and these were calculated in each group for nocturnal polyuria. And here are the results. We saw that the prevalence of nocturia increased with age, as seen here, and the prevalence in women was higher than men. And when we calculated the rate of nocturia for 2 and 3 times, we saw that it significantly decreased. And the prevalence of nocturnal polyuria, according to the current ICS definitions, we saw that the prevalence rates were 44% and 31%, respectively, for these age groups, which we think is very high. And we calculated the nocturnal polyuria index for both genders, and we saw that it is higher in men. And for cutoff values, we calculated the 95th percentiles, and in overall, it was 49% was the cutoff, and here you see the mean and 95 confidence intervals. And as I said before, we also calculated it for both genders. And in men, we saw that the mean ratio and the cutoff value was higher, which was 56% for men. However, in men, the age distribution was not equal, unfortunately. And we combined these 3 groups. And we had a new curve. And the mean values and cutoff values were, as you see, in these age groups. And in women, age did not have a prominent effect on the mean values, as you see here, and also cutoff values. And it was less than the men, which was 44%. And fortunately, the age distribution of the women was more homogeneous, and we wondered this curve, the reason of this curve, why is it like that? And we saw that in the first 2 age groups, the distribution was not normal like the last 3 groups here. So to see the same picture from the same view, we also combined these 3 groups and had a curve like this with these age groups. And I want to emphasize the results of a study which was published last year from Utrecht by Dr. Van Harst and by Dr. Bosch. And this was a very good study with sophisticated statistical analysis, and you see the distribution here and distribution of our study. And the difference of our study is we also analyzed the results in two genders, as I stated before, and we saw that the rates are different in two genders. So we think that cutoff values should be determined not for only age groups, but also for both genders. And here are the age curves for both studies. The results of the mean values of our study is lower than that study, and the cutoff values are also lower, but the overall cutoff value is similar, as you see here. So, although the consensual ICS definition sticks to the Nocturia cutoff 1 void per night, some others suggest that choosing 2 voids per night might be more clinically relevant and better correlated to quality of life impairment. And as indicated by the Nocturia think tank report, it is stated that the suggested definitions of nocturnal polyuria, which refer to a day-night ratio in urine production, were not based on normal distributions and were not properly validated. We did this one. We analyzed it in normal distribution, and it needs to be validated. And as a conclusion, the results of our study showed that the definition of nocturia was still controversial, and waking up once per night might be within normal spectrum. And the definition of nocturnal polyuria can be modified, and new cutoff values can be defined by the data of ours and forthcoming studies. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much. This presentation is now open for discussion. Kari.
Kari Tikkinen, McMaster University, Canada. Thank you so much. This is what we need. Congratulations. Population-based study.
Thank you very much.
Can you tell us, how did you, for a couple of short questions. First, how did you contact these people? Like, because we have always been thinking that it's, can people really reply on the voiding diary and do it well? Yeah.
Thank you for this question. This is a very good question. In fact, I did not give you the exact details, and the details of our prevalence study will be presented this afternoon. I did not tell you these details. What makes, we used bladder diaries. I said that it makes our study unique. What makes our study unique, there are lots of factors. We did these with family care physicians. In family care units, there are 110 family care physicians who are responsible for 3,000 to 4,000 people. And we calculated, we have detected some samples who are representing our whole city, and conducted people to, we invited them to family care centers, and we trained about 40 nurses for this study. They told the people, the individuals, about the questionnaire forms, about the bladder diaries, how to fill in them, what are the questions, means they asked their questions, and the study was conducted on family care centers.
Okay.
Mainly.
Okay. So that's probably the reason why you don't tell how many you contacted. You just tell how many you got. Or do you have any idea?
We got contact more than 2,000 people according to power analysis.
Okay.
But the response rate was about 74%.
Okay. Very good. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any further questions?
Okay.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.